On BFM 89.9.
BFM 89.9 is the final hour of Enterprise, and I'm Azura Rahman sitting in for Frida Liu on the Resource Centre. Now, if you've always wondered about how to get closer to your more youthful customers, here we have Joel Neoh from Youth Asia giving the rundown on the upcoming YOUTH10 festival and how it works for youth marketing. Now, Joel, what's all these festivities that you got planned for the YOUTH10 festival?
Well, thanks, Azura. Firstly, YOUTH10 is the largest by youth for youth festival that we started back in 2008. And the realization for us is that there was not much of an effort that was being put by youths to actually piece together something for the youths themselves. So, back then when I was 23, just after college, I was thinking, what can I do, for the youths, and how can I further impact the lives of young people? And that's how it started. Yeah.
And why did you decide to do this?
Well, I realized that a lot of platforms back then was trying to get young people to come together for a certain reason, but I realized that for a young person, what they like is their individuality and people to respect that. And so we wanted to create a platform that instead of bringing them together for one reason, instead celebrates the different individualities, the diversity of the young people. And I think that was how the idea of YOUTH10 eventually was conceptualized. A platform for youth to showcase what they like to do and learn from other young people that are showcasing other areas of their lives. And when we speak of, let's say, uniting young people, I think it first comes from celebrating and respecting the diversity and individuality of different young people.
So with all this diversity in mind and all the differences and preferences in mind, what are some of the activities that you've got planned for YOUTH10?
Well, this year we have actually segmented out the festival so that it becomes more relevant for youths. So the 6 segments includes music, shopping, dance, discovery, brands, and also sports. And inclusive of that, we are organizing a conference, a bit more on a serious tone, where young people and industry experts share their experience and to further inspire the youths. And under that 6 core festivals and the conference, right now to date we have about 130 activities that have been generated by the youths.
130 activities?
Yes, that's right.
And which do you expect to be the most popular?
Well, based on the classes that we have actually done for this year, usually music and shopping is the one that attracts most of the youths, but we are actually putting emphasis on the conference as well, so that the youths actually take something back aside from just going there for 3 days, enjoy the music and buy stuff. But at least they get inspired, and hopefully they can organize their own festival or their own youth initiatives.
I was going to ask you about that, about the conference. How many of the youths who attend these festivals are actually interested in learning something, though? Is it all just about having fun and meeting people? Nothing wrong with that, but what's the expectations that you have in terms of the attendance for these conferences?
Yeah, well, last year we had almost 40,000 youths that came for the entire festival, but for the conference we had only 500 youths that participated in the conference.
They were not forced to do so.
Yeah, they're not forced. In fact, they paid to do. They paid to come for the conference.
All right.
So this year, what we are doing different is that we're integrating the conference into the festival, so that the accessibility to the conference is cheaper and it's closer to where the festival venue is. So this year around, we are expecting about 70,000 youths to come, and for the conference, our target is 1,500 out of that 70,000 to attend.
And what are some of the topics that are being spoken during the conference?
Yeah, this year, mostly we are focusing on entrepreneurship and career development. Last year was just most on entrepreneurship, but we realized that not all young people want to be entrepreneurs, but they want to further develop their careers. So this year we have speakers, for example, like Paul Moss, who's going to speak on media and how to get involved in broadcasting. And for example, Farah Fauzana, who's a Hot FM DJ. She's one really popular host. We have Devon, who's a social entrepreneur, who's going to speak on how he started his online social entrepreneurship initiative, and many others. I think in total we have about 20 speakers this year.
All right. Is there a theme this year?
Well, year on year we don't really have a theme, but what we do is we basically just come up with the classes of the festivals, and then we get youth to contribute to the respective clusters.
But there seems to be a focus on entrepreneurship. There are youths who are selling their clothes or whatever, blog shops that come to life, and obviously you have these conferences talking about career development and entrepreneurs. Why do you think this is important for youths?
Well, maybe going back to your question about the theme, we don't really have a specific theme, but I think overriding all the activities and the objective of this conference is maybe on empowerment. It's on young people being empowered to organize activities for themselves, being empowered to to take the next step in their lives, in their careers, and also whether it's in new entrepreneurship ventures.
So this is the second year that you're doing the Youth Festival. What are some of the developments, third year, sorry, as a matter of fact, what are some of the new developments that you have learned from the previous years, and what will be different this year?
This year we are making it more inclusive. In the previous 2 years, we are more in the testing mode. So we didn't. On one hand, we wanted it to be open where young people can contribute to it, but on the other hand, we also held quite a tight leash on it, so to make sure that what we planned was executed. So this year, I think we're more comfortable to let the content of the festival be more user generated. So we are only organizing about 20 activities. The rest of the 110 activities has actually come from the youths themselves. So they actually get on Facebook and they actually propose activities to us, and then we actually discuss with them and we insert it into the festival guide and the festival plan. We also have youths from other states that's coming down. So with good partnership with the Ministry of Higher Education for this year, we'll have buses from the north, south, and also some of the students selected from Sabah and Sarawak. They'll be flown down, some of the leaders will be flown down here to experience the festival.
Now I want to move back to the point where you mentioned that a lot of, 110 of the activities this year is going to be planned by suggestions from the people who've been on your Facebook page and what have you. What led you to that decision to give the power back to the youth to decide what should happen during the festival?
Well, I think first and foremost, maybe it comes from internally, because our team is a bunch of young people as well.
Still young people?
Yeah, still young. Maybe we'll think about expiring in the next 5 years. But we always bring on board young, dynamic, energetic people, and we realized that if internally, if we can do it, we should provide the opportunity for externally for the youth who are coming for the festival to be part of it and to be able to participate and also organize the festivals.
So how many suggestions actually came through your Facebook page then?
I think because as we come closer to the event, there are more and more suggestions. So in total, I don't have the exact number, but as of last night, so far we have got about 450 volunteers.
Wow.
They have submitted their applications, and these volunteers are the ones that are also actively suggesting content to be held during the festival.
I'm speaking to Joel Neoh from Youth Asia on the upcoming YOUTH10 Festival, and after the break we'll discuss how such events can do for your youth marketing on Radio Game BFM 89.9. BFM 89.9 is Azura Rahman sitting in for Frida Liu, and I'm speaking to the baby-faced Joel Neoh from Youth Asia, experts on youth marketing on the upcoming YOUTH10 Festival. Now, Joel, what do you expect to achieve from this exercise? What does Youth Asia, as experts on youth marketing, hope to achieve from this?
Well, initially, back in 2008, I think for us was just to realize something for the youths. But as we, after doing it for 2 years, we realized that this festival could be a nucleus for the greater youth movement. And what do we mean by the greater youth movement? Is that a movement where youths start to realize that they can do something for themselves and for their communities. So we want young people to feel more, to believe that they have the power to make a difference.
Do you conduct any market surveys yourself during these actual activities? What findings do you get from this from the festival?
We do a lot of broad surveys, more so on how the participants actually enjoy the festival and what they liked about it. But more so, what I'm personally vested in is actually collect more personal stories of how the festival has impacted the lives of the participants. So, like some of the stories include a 19-year-old girl from Penang who actually came down for Youth 08 and Youth 09, eventually went back to Penang to actually organize her own version of the festival last year in August. So she was calling us and she was excited. She was asking us how we actually did it, and she got TM to sponsor her festival last year.
Oh wow! And how old is she?
She was 19 at the point of time. And we had 4 young people who came for the festival, for the conference, the Youth Entrepreneur Conference that we organized. And they were sharing similar passions. And now they have started a business venture on their own, providing part-time job solutions for businesses.
So it's more about creating a movement for you.
That's right.
But obviously you have your long-standing clients who you do market research for. What's their involvement in this, if any?
Well, normally we invite all our clients to participate in this because it's a good platform for them to meet young people, aside from sitting behind their desks, their laptops all the time and trying to market to the youth.
And just talking about youth, just trying to figure out what they're all about.
Yeah, it's good to meet the youths at least once a year, and to see what they're up to and what are the things that are of interest to them. Yeah.
So have you managed to get more sponsorship this year then?
Yes, in fact, we have over